Ferrari's world is crumbling right before our eyes. Imagine the roar of engines fading into silence, the red machines that once dominated the tracks now stumbling in the shadows. New evidence has just surfaced, painting a picture so dire it leaves even the unflappable Lewis Hamilton and the passionate Charles Leclerc staring in disbelief. This isn't just a rough patch in a season. It's a foundational crack that could shatter their 2026 dreams and beyond. The Hungarian Grand Prix, a race meant to spark hope, instead ignited a firestorm of doubt. Stay with me as we peel back the layers of this unfolding drama, because what started as a single weekend's chaos is revealing secrets that could change everything for the Scuderia. Picture this: the Hungaroring, a twisting beast of a circuit, alive with anticipation. Charles Leclerc, Ferrari's loyal warrior, snatches pole position in a qualifying session that's pure magic, edging out McLaren's young guns in conditions that tested every driver's nerve. Lewis Hamilton, the icon who traded Mercedes silver for Ferrari red, is right there, ready to unleash his genius. For a fleeting moment, Maranello's faithful dared to believe. The team was turning the corner after months of inconsistency. But come race day, that belief shattered like fragile carbon fiber. Leclerc's pace evaporated, his car turning into a temperamental beast, tires degrading faster than anyone could explain. Hamilton fought valiantly but finished adrift, points slipping away. It felt personal, like a betrayal from the machine they trusted with their legacies. The heartbreak runs deep here. Leclerc has poured his soul into Ferrari, enduring near misses and strategic heartaches that would break lesser drivers. His eyes, usually fierce, showed a flicker of despair in the garage that day. Hamilton, chasing history with that 8th title, joined this team for glory, not this grinding frustration. His post-race silence spoke volumes, a man rethinking the path he chose. Fans around the world felt the sting too, flooding social media with messages of support mixed with worry. One poignant post reading, "Ferrari, don't let these legends down." This isn't merely about standings or trophies. It's about the human cost, the dreams deferred, the quiet moments of doubt that haunt even the greatest. Now, the first shockwave hits. What derailed them wasn't a fluke of weather or a driver's lapse. It was a desperate 11th-hour tweak to the car's setup. Fresh reports indicate Ferrari inflated tire pressures and raised the ride height to dodge excessive wear on the underfloor plank, a move that could have triggered an FIA disqualification if ignored. This change, meant to salvage the race, instead unleashed chaos. The aerodynamics shifted, balance fled, and Leclerc's SF25 became undrivable over long stints. Digging deeper, this wasn't an isolated panic. It stems from Ferrari's ambitious Spa upgrade earlier in the year, a package that introduced a revolutionary rear suspension designed by Loic Serra, the engineer poached from Mercedes. The intent was bold: stabilize the current car while prototyping elements for the massive 2026 overhaul. But controversy swirled from the start. Insiders whispered about rushed testing, with simulation data clashing against real-world demands. Hungary laid it bare, the upgrade's contradictions exploding on track, turning what should have been a strength into a glaring weakness that rivals like McLaren exploited without mercy. But here's the question that keeps me up at night. If this foundational piece is so fragile, how much of Ferrari's 2026 blueprint is already compromised? The new regs promise a seismic shift: hybrid power units, stricter aero rules, and Ferrari bet big on validating it now. The drama intensifies with the key players involved. Fred Vasseur, Ferrari's determined principal, championed this direction, drawing on his experience to fuse innovation with tradition. Yet, new evidence from team briefings suggests internal pushback. Engineers flagged potential plank issues weeks before Hungary, but the drive to compete overrode caution. Serra's influence, bringing Mercedes' methodical edge, was supposed to be the missing link, but it's clashing with Ferrari's passionate, risk-taking DNA. This creative tension, while electric, has led to decisions that now feel like gambles gone awry, leaving the team exposed. At its core, this is about raw ambition colliding with reality. Ferrari's psychology has always been one of defiance, refusing to settle, pushing boundaries to reclaim their throne. The Spa package embodied that, accelerating development to leapfrog competitors in the 2026 prep. But the strategy's underbelly reveals a team stretched thin, resources funneled into a concept that's showing cracks under pressure. Hamilton and Leclerc's frustrations stem from this. They're not just driving cars, they're carrying the weight of a legacy, fighting for answers in a sea of uncertainty. This cliffhanger leaves us breathless. Ferrari stands at a crossroads, their bold path potentially leading to ruin. If they can't resolve these flaws, Hamilton and Leclerc might face a 2026 season mired in mediocrity, their talents wasted on a flawed machine. Ferrari's storm didn't end in Hungary, it only grew fiercer. If the suspension concept is crumbling now, what's left for 2026? The answer crashes in like a high-speed collision. Ferrari's engineers knew the risks all along, betting on this bold design to force breakthroughs, but Hungary's failure wasn't a total loss. It was the harsh light they needed to expose hidden weaknesses before it's too late. This payoff reshapes everything, turning what looked like disaster into a potential pivot point for survival. Those so-called failures in the Spa upgrade weren't blind errors. They were deliberate stress tests, misunderstood by outsiders but brilliant in their intent. Reports whisper that Loic Serra engineered quirks into the suspension on purpose, quirks that mimic 2026's extreme aero demands to gather real data under fire. What seemed like a quirk overheating tires was actually a calculated probe, redefining the team's approach from reactive fixes to proactive mastery. This revelation flips the narrative. Ferrari isn't spiraling out of control. They're engineering their way through the pain, one calculated risk at a time. This crisis weaves into Ferrari's very soul, a thread of sacrifice echoing through decades of Italian passion and global obsession. The Scuderia's culture demands excellence at any cost. Engineers skipping family dinners, drivers pushing bodies to the brink, all for that prancing horse's glory. It's a story of worldwide influence, where Ferrari's struggles inspire fans from Monza's roaring crowds to distant living rooms, reminding us that true legends are forged in fire. Hamilton and Leclerc embody this sacrifice, their careers a testament to the emotional toll of chasing immortality in a sport that devours the weak. Yet here's the paradox that twists the knife. Ferrari's greatest strength, their unyielding ambition, might be the very force dooming them to repeat history's mistakes. How can a team so steeped in victory keep stumbling into the same traps, cycle after cycle? This question hangs heavy, begging us to look closer at the shadows lurking in Maranello. Peel back the layers on the characters, and the hidden meanings emerge like buried treasure. Charles Leclerc isn't just a driver. He's Ferrari's beating heart, his monegasque grit symbolizing the team's resilient spirit, every radio outburst a cry for the answers he deserves. Hamilton brings layers of wisdom, his off-track activism mirroring the symbolic fight for progress within Ferrari's rigid traditions. The suspension itself hides deeper symbolism, a bridge between old-school passion and new-era tech, its flaws representing the tension of evolution in a sport that never stands still. The insanity behind the scenes rivals any blockbuster. Maranello's factory, nestled in Emilia-Romagna's rolling hills, became a pressure cooker after Hungary late-night sessions under fluorescent lights, wind tunnels humming like angry bees, visual cues of crumpled prototypes littering the floor. Production facts stun. Over 500 simulation runs per day, engineers poring over data from hidden sensors embedded in the SF-25's chassis, all to chase that elusive harmony between speed and compliance. It's a cinematic frenzy, where every bolt tightened carries the weight of legacy. Now, the transformative truth closes that paradox. Ferrari's ambition isn't a curse, it's their salvation, if they harness it wisely. By confronting the suspension's flaws head-on, they're not repeating history. They're rewriting it, pivoting to hybrid concepts that blend Serra's precision with Vasseur's fire. This intellectual shift could propel them ahead, turning 2026's uncertainties into triumphs. An emotional rebirth for a team that's always risen from the ashes. Shift gears to the lives fueling this fire. Lewis Hamilton's world is a masterclass in luxury and lessons. His Monaco penthouse overlooking the sea, a fleet including rare LaFerraris and electric Mercedes EQs, IWC watches ticking on his wrist like reminders of time's value. But it's his business acumen that shines. Investments in sustainable brands teach us diversification, turning racing fame into an empire worth hundreds of millions. Leclerc, more understated, favors Monaco's quiet villas and Rolex pieces, his focus on family grounding him amid the chaos, a lesson in balance for anyone chasing dreams. Ferrari's journey tugs at the heartstrings, a tapestry of glory and grit that spans generations. From Enzo's visionary spark to today's high-tech battles, this crisis is just another chapter in a saga that's captivated the world. Hamilton and Leclerc, modern gladiators, deserve a machine worthy of their fire, and if Ferrari listens to the lessons of Hungary, they might just deliver it. I'm Julian. sharing this ride with you like old friends around a fire. If it moved you, like and subscribe, because in F1's endless pursuit, the next revelation is always around the bend.